We are rolling!
Alpha is starting to fall into the clutches of both Defiant and Colt.
Blink closing in on Dart here through the first sector. Hawk has taken the lead back and is pulling away from Clear. And Magnum has fallen all the way back to dead last. They need to get by Black Rose for the overall silver. Passing opportunity for Zoro. They fake inside, go outside, and have the lead. Looks to the outside. Now to the inside. It's not gonna happen. The new duo, Bedlam and Magnum, are your Season 2 champions. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you here to qualifying for the fourth race of Season 3 of the MSFC here at Tidalglow Circuit of the Moon Melodies. But unlike last time we raced here, the host team has plenty of momentum on their side. Coming off of a silver from Revo at the Electro Expressway, they sit in a tie with the Western Warriors and Team Fire for second in the standings and just 1 point back of the Camo Hiders. We'll see what they can do here today to continue their championship charge. But it is the Camo Hiders in the lead. Western Warriors, Moon Melodies, and Team Fire tied for second. The Icy Hots fall from first to fifth after a last place finish from Vertigo. Then it's the Motown Madness, Cherry Bullets, and Klaus rounding out the top half. We'll see what happens here today.
Thank you, Not Fire. My name is Not Gollum. Welcome, ladies and gentle marbles, to Race 4 of Season 3 of the MSFC. We're here high above the Tidalglow circuit. It is a track that needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce it to you anyway. Tidalglow circuit, it's one of the most prestigious circuits on the MSFC calendar. It's the home of the Moon Melodies. Their representative this week is Glaive, making his debut on this track. In Season 1, Defiant got the win for the Moon Melodies. In Season 2, it was Nova for the Icy Hots, and Defiant finished 6th. Well, Defiant's not on the MSFC roster for the Melodies anymore. It's Glaive. And Glaive sets down a 31.85 in his first lap at this track. Next up, it is Tartarus for the Phanatons, making his lap here in Q1. And if you're new, or if you need a reminder, Q1, every marble will take a single lap on the circuit. The top 4 laps will go to Q2, and the marbles who put down those laps, they'll go to a 2-lap shootout to decide the winner of pole position. Tartarus is about 2 tenths down as that marble heads through the treble clef complex. We'll introduce you all to all the complexities of this track, but Tartarus had a pretty good third sector and goes to the top with a 31.3. Next up, it is Colt for the Shadow Hunters. Colt goes through turn 1 and into the bus stop, which was wildly popular and not at all uncontroversial when it made its debut last season. Colt navigated it beautifully, but that bus stop, as I mentioned, so popular that we're bringing it back. There's nothing you can do about it. Colt is still up, heading into the treble clef, about 4 tenths up. Navigate that nicely. It's looking like a pretty good third sector. We'll see if Colt can take the top spot. The answer is no. Lost about half a second in that final sector. Colt goes to second, a time of 31.4. Hey, next up, Low Key. I kind of like this marble. It's Low Key for the Pantheon. And Low Key's looking a little bit slow as heads through the first sector. Never mind. Low Key is 3 tenths up. You can completely ignore everything I'm saying. Low Key's got some good speed heading down that back straightaway and into the Crescent Moon, through the chicane and into the treble clef. Low Key continues to build on that lead over Tartarus. Now about 6 tenths up. Ooh, a bit of a rough bounce off that wall. See if that's scrubbed away any time. The answer is no. Low Key goes to the top. The time is about 30.4 seconds. Hey, next up, Chase is on the case for Night Raid. Heads through the bus stop and completes Sector 1. It's not terrible, pretty close to Low Key. Heads down that long back straightaway. That back straightaway sets you up for this Crescent Moon. It's one of the fastest parts of the track. No speed boost required. Chase is about 4/10 behind, but that Crescent Moon, as I mentioned, it's a very, very fast. You're not going to make a lot of passing moves there, but you certainly can set yourself up for the chicane at the end of the Crescent Moon. Chase comes around. Oh, that was a pretty ugly third sector. Going to be ready to forget that one. Chase goes straight to the back, about 3 seconds behind low key. Next up, it's Kazuki for the Tampa Bay Buccaneer Bounty, formerly known as the Wyvern Rumble, and then before that as the Physics Fanatics. Kazuki for the Bucks is 10th behind. It's not too bad, keeping up with Loki pretty well. Again, Loki is a marble who's expected to do pretty well here in the MSFC, but Kazuki's up on their time right now, up by 1500ths. Navigates this final sector. We'll see where the time comes in. Ooh, lost a little more than a second. Kazuki goes to third provisionally. And a reminder, the top 4 marbles are going to Q2, so that means Glaive is already knocked out. That lap didn't go too well for the Moon Melodies marble. Next up, it's Spectra for the Iron Brotherhood. See if this marble can do anything decent in that first sector. Well, not really. 3/10 behind, and you can still make that up. Heads for the Crescent Moon. It's a pretty nice and neat line. And into the Treble Clef. This Treble Clef is apt to make marbles dizzy. You take a left into it, then a long sweeping right, and a left, then another long left in the form of a 360-degree turn. You see Spectra going around it now. And Spectra, another marble with a pretty rough third sector. Spectra goes straight to the back, about 3 seconds behind low key. Next up, it's Arrow for the Cherry Bullets. I'm not going to lie, that marble looks an awful lot like the Starry Sky, but it is in fact the Cherry Bullets. Arrow, wow, 3/10 up on low key in the first sector. This is turning into a pretty solid lap early on for the Bullets, who would like to fire their way straight to the front if at all possible. They've already got a win this season, but Arrow, as quickly as got 3/10 up, is now 3/10 behind, heading into the Treble Clef. Navigates this final sector. Not a lot of speed, but didn't hit any walls of awkward bounces. But when I said not a lot of speed, I wasn't lying. Arrow goes to 6th provisionally, about 2.5 seconds behind low key. Next up, it is Opal for the Twilight Terrors. Opal, a former Night Raid marble. Looking pretty good here for this first sector, and it's ahead of the leader. Down the back stretch and through the Crescent Moon. Twilight Terrors are one of the 4 expansion teams making their MSFC debut this season. Still ahead of the leader is Opal. Lost just a little bit of time, but this is looking like a pretty good lap if Opal can get this Treble Clef together. A lot of these mid-pack teams have really struggled to get this Treble Clef good, and Opal didn't lose as much time as Spectra and Chase did, but Opal slots into 6th provisionally. That Treble Clef, as I mentioned, you're going to make or break your lap there. Marble who's looking to make their lap, it's Augment, or Starry Sky. I mentioned them just a second ago. Ooh, Augment, a little crazy off of that turn 1, and doesn't have a lot of speed here. This is not going to be good for Augment. Already about a second down. That is really not what the Starry Sky are hoping for. It's got a lot of time to make up. Looking pretty fast out of the chicane. Hasn't lost much more time. Still about 1.4 seconds back. Augment into the final set of turns. Nice neat line, but not a lot of speed, and Augment slots in 8th provisionally. There's a whole gaggle of marbles about 2.5 seconds back of low key, give or take a couple tenths. Next up, Baron for the Western Warriors, another one of those expansion teams. Baron is 8/10 up in the first sector, a really solid first sector for the Western Warriors representative. Through the chicane, it's got a lot of speed here. We'll see if they're still up. They're still up on the leader. It wasn't a fastest sector of anyone, but it's looking like a good time for Baron if you can bring it home. Around the final set of turns, that's not a lot of speed, and Loki's time has come and gone. Baron goes into 7th provisionally. Only 1/100th behind Opal, by the way. Those two marbles are very close. I don't know what Loki was doing in the final sector, but no one else has appeared to have come even close. We'll see if Clear for Team Fire can do the same as Loki, or if Clear is just going to slot into the mid-pack. It's 2/10 behind after the first sector. It's not bad. You can make that up. It's looking pretty quick here, and well, it's about half a second down. Goes on the left side of that split. That's probably the faster way to handle the split. That probably wasn't the fastest way to handle that short shoot. But Clear, this is looking like a solid time. And Clear goes to 5th. He beat Glaive. And again, provisionally 5th. 1.4 seconds behind Loki. It's not bad for Team Fire. And Clear is generally considered to be the worst of the two marbles on Team Fire's roster, if I understand correctly. So Team Fire would love for that marble to be at least close to what Electra is doing. And this marble is not going to be too popular here in Lithianos. It's Chipper for the Camo Hiders. And Chipper has done some some things to the Moon Melodies that their fans would rather forget way back when in football. But Chipper's about a second behind here, and wow, it's not a good time. Chipper goes to 12th provisionally, 3 seconds behind. As Loki's time so far has just looked simply untouchable. But hey, if anyone can touch it, it's this marble. It's the defending race winner, Nova, for the Icy Hots. It's looking a little slow out of the bus stop, but it's only 5/100ths back. It's got some good speed built up, that is, for Nova. This might be pretty good. Nova is ahead of the leader. Just needs to put together this final sector. It seems like no marble can do it. We'll see if Nova can. Again, you want to beat a time of 30.4 seconds. It's going to be close, but the time comes and goes, and Nova will have a time of 31.3 seconds. Next up, it's Magnum for Claus. No, I'm still not saying Klaus, and you can't make me. Magnum, not a lot of speed out of that bus stop. It's about 3/10 back. Looking like a pretty good lap here for the Claus representative. It is about 4/10 back. Again, if you can just have a good final sector, you're going to have a great lap. But no one has seemed to be able to do it except Loki, and Magnum can't either. Magnum straight to the midfield, a time of about 32.9 seconds. That'll be 10th provisionally. Alright, Loki, Nova, and Tartarus are all locked into the battle for pole. It's either going to be Dart for Motown Madness or Kazuki for the Bucks. Can Dart, take away that final spot? As ahead of the leader, half a second up. This is looking like a good start for Dart. Dart navigates the chicane, heads into the treble clef, 2/10 up. Can Dart have a good final sector? And so far, it's looking like yes, this is going to be close. This might be enough to make it into the battle for pole. Will it? The answer is yes. Dart goes to 3rd. Only about 9/10 back of Loki, and Tartarus will make it in over Kazuki in the battle for pole. Loki gets us going over Nova, Dart, and Tartarus. Tartarus has a bad start. Dart hounds Nova for 2nd as Loki is gone. Top 4 all run, well, I say top 4, it's only 4 marbles here. They all run single file. Loki, the lead is huge, already into the treble clef. As Dart trying to run down Nova. Tartarus has got some speed back up, and it's going to have Dart hits the split head on and comes to a complete stop. Dart is not going to get pole position here, as Loki is already starting the final lap. It's Nova in 2nd and Tartarus in 3rd, and Dart is still finishing that final sector, as Loki is almost done with the first one. Loki has got about a half sector lead on Nova. Down the backstretch, unless Low-Key makes the same mistake, should have pole position wrapped up nicely here. Nova, then Tartarus, and Dart is still way back. Low-Key does not hit the split, and I think it's safe to assume that Low-Key, for the Pantheon, is going to get pole position and lead the field to green for the race. Around the final turn, Nova's making a run at it, but it's too little too late. Nova for the Icy Hots will be second, then Tartarus in third, and Dart for the Motown Madness starts fourth. All right, see you for the race.